Action. Young Smoke.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm alright, bro. What about you?
Same old, bro.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Busy or what?
I mean, been busier, but always busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never really stops, bro.
You just dropped a new single recently, eh? Last couple of days.
Yeah, it's called Lately, featuring DJ Discretion. Just dropped it like 6 days ago.
Yeah. How's the feedback from that?
Yeah, pretty positive. Probably a lot more love than last time. Like last time we got a lot of love, but there was, there was love and hate. Hardly any hate on this one, so it's been pretty good, bro. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, man, give us a bit of a background of who you are. You're an upcoming artist. Just tell the people
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah, for sure. Was born in St. George Hospital, down at Cogra, and but I spent a lot of my childhood out west, so Fairfield, Greenfield Park, and those kind of areas. Then I moved to Melbourne for 1 year, did a lockout, came back, and from then on in just lived at Hurstville. It was just a pretty normal kid, I guess, just like a normal kid from the area, pretty much. That's how I see myself. And yeah, just got into music like last year, pretty much. That's how it is. Yeah.
What didn't you like about Melbourne that made you come back?
I don't know, bro. I just didn't know anyone in Melbourne. That's all. It's like all the boys and like all my family was here. So Melbourne was just heaps different. Just felt out of place, to be honest. Yeah.
What kind of kid were you growing up? Were you a troublemaker? Like, how was it?
Yeah, like growing up, I guess I was a bit of a troublemaker. Just got into trouble a lot at school. I was one of those kids, like, I was like naturally smart, but I just didn't like school. Always in trouble in fights, getting kicked out, suspended. I was like that. Um, yeah, but I was pretty smart though, not gonna lie. Yeah.
Mm. And then, what period did you start making music? Was it straight after high school or was it during high school?
No, it was like, I think I started getting interested in doing music like towards the end of high school. But I only started making it after high school. So just straight after high school, I started recording like in my garage and those type of things. Yeah.
And what got you interested originally? Was it someone around you who inspired you to get into it?
Oh yeah, like when it comes to music, I've always been interested in music and I've always had a passion for it. Just growing up in the household, I always heard different types of music, R&B, hip hop, like even jazz, like some of the older stuff as well. Just every type of music imaginable, like I listened to it. And then I think when I got older, I started like looking up to rappers and stuff like that, old school rappers, Biggie, Pac, those type of things. And when I got like out of school, I thought like why not try to record some of my own stuff? And that's what I did. So yeah.
Do you remember the first song you made?
Oh well, yeah, I actually do. Like I don't remember the lyrics, but it was like just it was shit. Not gonna lie, bro. It was terrible. But looking back on it, I remember my cousin. He showed me a snippet of something I did from ages ago. He's like, "Do you remember this?" And he's showing me, and I was just like, "Bro," I was like, "Bro, put that away now." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, "Turn that off, bro." One of those ones. But yeah,
Yeah, you were telling me off camera that you used to actually upload music on SoundCloud way back in the day.
yeah, like how long ago was it? Oh, probably like a year and a half ago. I was uploading heaps of shit on SoundCloud, heaps of tracks. I got heaps of love though, like, but some of them had like 40, 50,000 plays. That's pretty crazy. But I stopped doing that like when I started getting into music seriously. So I haven't uploaded on SoundCloud in ages. Yeah.
Mm. And what type of genre were you making back then? Was
Back
it the
then,
same?
yeah, it was kind of similar to what I'm doing now, but it was just like hips basic. You know what I mean? Like it was just your typical like standard rap or standard whatever it was. Like I didn't really have the skill probably back then to make it like what I'm doing today. Um, but yeah, I was definitely doing more hardcore stuff back then. It wasn't like what I'm doing today. Today it's more like of a vibe or melodic kind of stuff. Back then it was just straight like drill or straight rap or hip hop, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Nice. And your first single, Southside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, explain how that came about.
Southside was like it's a weird one because it wasn't something that we intended to drop in the first place. Like me and my cousin, 685 Christian, um, we intended to drop another song first, and what happened was that like 2 days before the music clip, we got a call from our manager saying that he wants to drop Southside. And like came as a shock because we prepared for Southside, like everything, like our focus was on Southside. Not Southside, the other song. So we had to re-evaluate the whole situation. We dropped it, and yeah, we actually got quite a bit of love, so it turned out all right for us. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of regret dropping that song, to be honest. Now,
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's just like probably if I held out for like a couple more months of releasing music, I could have released something so much better. And but like it is what it is, and you can't take it back. So it's just have to live with it now. That's how I see it.
I mean, the positive feedback that you got from it,
Yeah.
right? That would have kind of got rid of that little regret, right?
Yeah, like even seeing reactions and those type of things to the song. Some people would just say it was heaps different. It was like it was versatile. Like I showed a bit of melodic and rapping. Like when I heard that kind of stuff from reactors and people like that, even people just messaging me, it was a bit of encouragement. Like it made me feel like it wasn't that much of a mistake. Because at first I was like, no, I don't know, I don't think so. But yeah, it's helped me see it differently now. I see it as like a stepping stone now, not so much a mistake. Yeah.
What made you name it Southside? Because you're actually from that area, right?
Yeah. Well, like, I'm from South Sydney, so Herschel's from is within South Sydney, St George area, and I was just like, well, we're from South Sydney, South side, the South, so that's pretty much where we got it from.
And like, what areas included in there? Because you're actually from Hurstville,
Yeah.
but there's like a whole heap of areas surrounded like, in the south.
Yeah, there's like there's Arncliffe, there's Alloa, there's Cogra, those type of areas, Oatley. Yeah.
Mm. And you get heaps of love from areas from those ways.
Yeah, like I got a lot of love from all the areas, even like Riverwood. Riverwood's like next door, probably like 5-10 minute drive from where I used to live. So yeah, like even people like Shelly showed a lot of love, and the Riverwood boys as well, Vinny. So yeah, it's all sweet. Like in our area, everyone pretty much supports each other, which is a good thing. So yeah, it's just love.
And one thing that I noticed,
Yeah.
you actually got an Australian legend supporting you, which is Enter. He's
Oh
from
yeah,
Birdsways.
nah, that's like probably the biggest like supporter I have in terms of like status in the scene. Enter is yeah, he's gotta rap. You know what I mean? He started that here, and he's the king of gotta rap. Um,
And how did you build that relationship with him? Because he's obviously an Australian legend, and for him to support you,
Yeah.
would have meant a lot. How did that start?
Oh, bro, it was crazy. Like I remember the night Enter followed me. I rang my cousin straight away. I was just like, hey, Enter just followed me, and he's just like, no way, because everyone knows how much he means to our area and how much he means to the Australian scene. And like Enter, he's shown love to me, like so much love. He even posted me on his account, promoting me as an artist, which was like crazy. But he's just supported ever since he found out about me, and nothing but love for him. Nothing but love.
Do you feel having someone with that big of a status looking down on you, like giving you all that knowledge and like free game,
Yeah,
it puts battery in your back to keep going harder?
yeah, 100% it does. It's like I don't know. It's like if an athlete, like if a big athlete, was to help out like an up and coming athlete. It's the same thing. It's just like motivation. It's encouragement. It like even like what you said, like the game, like just him like talking to me about music and trying to like maybe help me see where I'm going with it and how I'm gonna drop and stuff like that. Like that's what Enter's done for me. Just like show me like sort of a path. like you drop this and that, and then you can do this. Like he said stuff like that to me. So I just take it in, and you can only respect the words from a legend. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Do you feel like the like you just mentioned respect, right?
yeah.
Do you feel like the upcoming artists respect like us music legends enough?
I mean, some people do. Some people show respect. Um, but I don't think there's enough respect, to be honest. Like, especially for people like Enter, because Enter is like more of an underground artist. He's the gutter rap scene. But I feel like we do need to show more respect for people like Enter, people like Cursor as well. Cursor is like the king of Oz rap. So yeah, I feel like there has to be more respect for sure. Yeah,
And where do you think that stems from? Like, because the young generation,
yeah,
mainly where their music stems from is kind of like violence and like beef. Or
yeah,
like one of their first songs will be like a diss track to another area, right?
yeah.
Do you think it stems like the base of the music is created on disrespect type thing?
Mm.
So that leads automatically to not respecting anyone in the game. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, like, when you release music like that, you have to have a disrespectful persona, and you have to come off like you don't give, a fuck about nobody, which is fine. But I think, like, you have to separate your own personal beef and your music with actually having respect for, like, musicians in the game, like especially the OGs. Um, like even me, like I could drop songs like that if I wanted to, but I'll make sure I still show respect, and you have to know where like things came from. The music scene in Australia didn't start last year or the year before. It's been here for a long time, so you have to keep that in mind as an artist. Yeah, for sure.
Where do you get your mentality from? But it seems like you're very straightforward, like head on, mature person, and you're still young as well.
I'm 19. Um, I guess it's just from like my experiences in life. I think like a lot of things that I've been through kind of like molded me into the person I am today. I had to just grow up quickly. A lot of things happened where like a lot of other kids would have kind of folded under the pressure of like the surroundings and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Do you mind getting into it?
yeah, I can get into it. Like yeah, like just sometimes it's simple things as well. Like just struggling in life, going through whatever it be, financial struggles, all those kind of things. It pushes you into a corner where you have to grow up and you have to like be the man. You have to step up, and I mean, there's times where I had to do that, even like being younger. And, like I've got heaps of siblings as well. I come from a big family. You just got to step up sometimes. And even in this, like when I was like with the boys, hanging out with the boys, a lot of things happened where, a lot of situations where it just wasn't, the odds weren't in my favor. And I sort of had to fight my way out of it. So all those things have all just made me who I was today. And I just look at life differently to other people, I think. That's how I do. Yeah.
And you're actually telling me that you got yourself in a situation where it could have landed you in custody, right?
Yeah, like I've been through court and stuff like that. Pretty lucky to be here right now and be free and making music. Because if things went wrong this year, because like I was at court for like half the year basically. If things went wrong, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd do an interview and I wouldn't be making music. And but that's like stuff from my old life. Like that's stuff from my past that could have like kind of caught up to me. And yeah,
Right. It seems like you're trying to stay away from that street image that people seem to be chasing by.
yeah. Like I mean, some things you can never like completely leave behind you. Like you always have people that will remember you from past beef or past, like run-ins of other people, and that's like something I've experienced myself. It's just like even though I'm doing the music thing, I'm not like really active or anything like that. You still get messages from people and comments and stuff like that. People just hating because of old shit, and I don't know. It's hard to leave that kind of shit completely behind you. So it is what it is.
And what's your thoughts on the area beefs and all the street violence, etc.
Yeah. When it comes to area beef and just beef in general and street shit, um, it is what it is. People try to make out like Sydney is a really safe place, but people that really know will know that all this kind of shit happens a lot. Violence and beef and all those kind of things, even shootings and stuff like that. This all happens behind the scenes. Like my take on it is just like if it's there, like I'm not really interested in other people's problems or beef. If they're beefing each other, they're beefing each other. What can you do? But if you're like a kid watching or someone that's not involved in that kind of lifestyle, like my words would just be just stay like that. Don't go looking for it. Because most of the people that are involved in like the life like this is like they were either dragged into it or they chose it. You know what I mean? They either dragged into it because they got family or mates. But like if you can stay out of it, stay out of it. That's what I'd say. Yeah.
Right. And have you been in that sort of situation before?
Yeah, I've been in situations where it's like my back's completely up against the wall. And it's just like the only way out was to fight. And there's been times where sometimes I thought I wasn't gonna make it, and it's just it is what it is. Don't really want to go into detail, but people who are close to me will know like what I'm talking about, and that's why I'm saying for kids out there that are looking in from the outside and they look at all the rappers and they look at everyone, they think this is cool or not. Just be happy living your life as it is now. Don't get involved in shit that you don't want to be in because it's not always the prettiest life, bro. So
Right. Let's talk a bit about your music, bro.
yeah.
Right. So your first song, it's like a nice, good vibe. You know what I mean? Party type of situation, right? What made you stay away from that lane where people usually make their first song about drill or like all these other stuff, but you came off the gate straight like just good vibes.
Yeah. I guess like to do drill music or to do those violent songs, I guess it's just like the easy option. I didn't want to be like everybody else because when I released Southside, everyone was doing the similar sound where it's violent or like what you were saying, dissing other people, beefing people, and it's just like you're taking the easy way out if you do that because you're just jumping on the wave. I just wanted to be different, and because that's the only way you can actually have an impact in the scene. It's just to stand out from other people, and that's what I kind of went for. I tried to mix melodic with rapping, and it turned out okay. So yeah.
And your second track, featuring DJ Discretion.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Let's touch about it.
Oh yeah. So originally I was supposed to do a track with this artist. They're pretty well known in the music industry. And so we had an idea for R&B slash party type track, and we thought like, how could we like, improve this? How could we take it to the next level? And then the idea of DJ Discretion being on it, his name being on the track was brought up, and so we hit up Discretion. And what happened is, we recorded it at his. He laid the beat. But what the funny thing is that the artist I was really supposed to do it with, they pulled out of the track. So then it ended up just being me and Discretion, and me and Discretion said, let's go for this still, and so we dropped it. That's how it came about, pretty much.
Do you think more artists in the scene should collab more?
I think collabs would help the scene grow, but there's just too much beef, I reckon, and yeah, but I'd like to see a lot more collabs happening, for sure. Yeah.
And who would you want to collab with?
There's a lot of people in the scene that I rate, to be honest with you. I think a collab that I think would have like a lot of people interested would be if me and Brennan Garcia, who's one of my boys, like I'm sure we're gonna have something. Me and him, for sure, we'll have something that we're gonna drop together. Besides Ronan, man, there's like so many artists out there. Capula's pretty cool as well. And I rate his vibe. It's different. I just look for when I look at the scene, I just look for people that have different vibes. To be honest, I don't really look at them for who they represent. I only look at them for the music. that's what I try looking for. So
that's a really positive outlook on it, bro.
Yeah.
I reckon if you keep that mentality, you're gonna work with everyone you want to work with, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes beef is hard to get around. But I'm just here to make music. I mean, I've got my own personal, my own personal things going on as well, and people that have issues with me and I have issues with them. But for the most part, if we can just make music, or if I can make music and just be like that, then that'd be good.
It's the people that you got issues with, are they musicians or you like street life beef?
It's mainly just from the streets and from the past. People, it's hard for people to let go of pride and stuff like that. Even for myself, it's just like, we used to have problems. Like we're never gonna be okay. It's like one of those things, man. But yeah, I don't really have any problems with any artists. I've never really had a run-in with anybody.
Name something that you don't like about the music scene at the moment that you think can be improved.
I don't think there's enough melodic artists in Australia, especially like that are like kind of mainstream in our scene. There's a lot of rappers and people like that, but we've only got like Young and Lips really, Day One that do that melodic sound. I think we need more melodic artists. Yeah.
Speaking of Young and Lips,
yeah,
I was going through your comments and some of the trolls that were comparing you to him. How do you take that?
Oh yeah, no, I saw that comment. Because someone screenshot that said it to me. It was funny. Man, I don't know. Like when it comes to a comment like that, what did the guy say? I'm a young. When you order Young and Lips from Wish or something. I don't know. I just laughed at it because, it's a joke, obviously. But the way I say it is like it's not really an insult. Like you're comparing me to one of Australia's biggest artists. It is what it is. I don't know. When it comes to internet trolls, I don't pay them any attention. To be really honest with you, that don't really affect me at all. Yeah, that's funny.
And what do you like about the music scene at the moment?
I mean, like, there's a lot of things to like about the scene at the moment. We've got heaps of talent coming from different places, like from everywhere. You've got people popping up from Brisbane, from Melbourne. Most of our talent is from Sydney though, and it's good just to see people that come from disadvantaged homes, backgrounds, making something out of their life. And especially there's a lot of Islanders doing music now. I mean, Islanders are they make up majority of the scene. So I guess it's good to see. It's good to see that. Yeah, I think the music scene's going in the right direction as well. I think a lot of artists are starting to change their sound and become more versatile. So everyone's improving, which is a good thing. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself years ahead coming?
A couple of years from now, about 2-3 years or something like that. Hopefully, I'm at the top of Australia, or in that top sort of tier in Australia of artists. I mean, I believe in myself, and obviously it's going to take a lot of hard work to get there. But I'd like to see myself at the top for sure. Yeah.
Right. And as we wrap up, bro, is there any shout outs that you like to make?
Yeah, shout out Bishan. That's what they want. Shout out Santon as well. Shout out Chuck Addicts, that's my blood. Yeah, free all the boys locked up, free all my blood. And shout out my Nene and Dido, my biggest fans. I know they're watching this. And shout out DME TV for having me today. It's been a good interview. I enjoyed it. So yeah.
One last thing before we go.
Yeah.
How did you get your name, Young Smoke?
How do I get my name? But it's easy. So a lot of people actually ask me this question, and it's pretty simple. So the young part, I'm young, I'm 19, and it's funny because like in school, I was always the youngest in my class. Because I went to school when I was young. I think I was like 4 when I started. And every group I've ever been in, I used to hang out with my older cousins. I was always the youngest one. Like I was like the kid, you know. The smoke part, bro. I smoke way too much, eh? Like I'm talking like, bro. I'm talking like a packet, bro. Sometimes more than a packet a day. And bro, I know everyone tells me it's bad for me, bro, but like, it's just one of those things. Like everyone has their thing. That's my thing. So yeah, that's how I got my name. So
Well, Young Smoke, bro. Appreciate you coming on.
appreciate you having me, cuz.
Looking forward to doing more stuff in the future.
100%, bro.
And shit.
Yeah.